to my review for Ghostbusters 2016, the reboot of the original Ghostbusters. Now, the original Ghostbusters is a movie that I absolutely love. It's in my top 100 of all time. It's a great movie. Ghostbusters 2, not so much. I do not like that movie at all. I actually hate it. Sort of wish it didn't exist. Now, I went into this new Ghostbusters expecting more of a Ghostbusters 2 than the original Ghostbusters, because the marketing for this movie was abysmal. It was atrocious. Just all the trailers were unfunny and felt like they were trying so hard, and it stirred up so much controversy. There were people, there was a group of people that whenever they saw a good review would go and attack it. Then there's people who just say the movie's going to be good because it has women. This movie is already the most controversial movie of the year, and it opened last night. So I went into this movie not expecting much, but I thought I may like it. It was weird because from the trailers I was expecting to hate it, but from all the reviews of the critics I thought it could be good. So I didn't really know what to think going into this movie. And I can honestly say I liked this movie quite a bit. I did not see that coming. I expected to dislike it. Like, if you told me a month ago that I would really like this movie, I would tell you that you're probably lying to me, because I was expecting to hate this movie. I was expecting for it to be in my bottom 10 of the year, but it's actually a really good movie. And the movie really works because of the four actresses, Kate McKinnon, Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, and Leslie Jones. The four of them all work really, really well together. They all give good performances, and they all have great chemistry together. But especially Kate McKinnon, she does a really good job because she sort of has to act crazy and weird, but she doesn't do it in an over-the-top way, where it's like, oh, and I'm overacting to try to make myself seem crazy. It's not like that at all. She does it in not a subtle way, but she doesn't do it over the top. She does it in a normal way, which is really rare to see. You don't see that much in Hollywood. It's usually, if you're acting crazy, you have to really overact. And the movie is funny. It's setting out to be a comedy, and it is funny. My entire audience, they were laughing a lot. I was laughing a lot. It's a very, very funny movie. A lot of it is dumb humor, and while you're laughing, you're like, I shouldn't be laughing at this. This is super dumb. But you can't help laughing at it. It's just what's going to happen. And it's a really, really entertaining movie. I mean, I just found myself entertained practically the entire way through. And also the pacing works really well in the first act. Like, the first act's pacing, it was just amazing, because the first act just sort of flew by. The first half, not the first act, just sort of flew by. The second act slowed down a little, but I'll get that in a second in my negatives. And the ghost effects, they looked really good. The visual effects on the ghost, they looked like they fit into the world, which I was a little concerned about that in the trailer, because I thought, oh, these don't look so good, but they actually fit really well. And also, usually a movie, when it has credits, it'll usually do something creative for like the first portion of it, where it's saying the director, the writer, and all the actors and actresses. But what Ghostbusters does, it has something creative throughout the entire credits. Like, it doesn't go to black and white text, which I thought was awesome, because you never see that these days. Usually, even in Marvel, where they want you to stay till the end of the credits, you usually just see black text. But here they actually did a lot, and there were a lot of after credits scene too, which really did make the whole thing entertaining. Now, as much as I have good things about it, I do have quite a few bad things. They attempt for some drama in the movie, and let me just tell you, the drama fails. There's one scene where Kristen Wiig is explaining her childhood and how she felt in her childhood, and it was terrible. It was just awful. Like, the tone completely switched. It went from, it completely changed gears, which was really, really weird. And Kristen Wiig just didn't act that scene out well. The whole movie feels like an SNL skit. And what I mean by that is that the first half is really, really good. I thought the first half was great, and I was loving the first half. But eventually, it just sort of got repetitive and a little bit tiring on the jokes and just the entire feel of the movie. the energy it was giving off, it just sort of got tiring after a while, and that was a real letdown. And okay, so before going into this movie, I heard a lot of people saying all the men are treated like idiots, and everyone but the Ghostbusters is treated like idiots, so that's not fair. But right now I'm in the camp of all the men are treated like idiots. I mean, look, I'm fine with the all-female Ghostbusters, so that's completely fine. That makes complete, I don't care if it's all men or all women or a mixture. That doesn't matter. But when you're treating all men as idiots just to be a feminist, just to have some feminism, that's when it gets a little bit annoying. And all the female characters, other than the Ghostbusters, are a little bit of idiots, but they aren't huge idiots like the men. Like, there's a scene where a man screams like a little girl, and I thought, that's not funny, that's sort of just being mean to men. And I understand that they were trying to go for that because they had an all-female Ghostbusters cast, but I don't think that you needed to bash on men to have an all-female Ghostbusters cast. And the villain, man, they really could have gone for a better villain. This villain is weak, he's one-dimensional, and you don't care about him at all. And I sort of felt like he was an afterthought amongst everything else, so that was a setback. So, overall, I did really like Ghostbusters. It's a movie I would definitely recommend you go and check out. I think most everyone can like it, unless there's some sort of super stuck-up person that doesn't laugh at, the occasional silly humor. But it's a really, really funny movie, so that is why I give it a 6.75 out of 10. As far as it goes among ranking in the Ghostbusters movie, I would say the original still owns the crown. Then it would be the new one, Ghostbusters. Then all the way down here would be Ghostbusters 2, because I hate that movie. Alright, that concludes my review. I am Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.